nervous. I'm so excited. Okay, so ready?
1, 2, 3.
My darling, I love you, 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 I love you.
Hi guys, I'm Cloud. Welcome back to my channel. This is Kwin.
Hello everyone. So today I'm visiting Cloud via Zoom to talk about her life because it's been a year and X amount of months since we last saw each other, and a lot has changed, a lot of growth has been happening, a lot of success that we've achieved. It's overwhelming. You know, Cloud just graduated and she's doing adult 101. And I'm about to graduate and I'm like, how to do adult 101. So, well, a little backstory, I guess, on like, you know.
Okay, so we met in London. As you guys know, like, she's been on my channel before. Check our videos out. They're kind of cringy, but check them out. I'll link your videos and my videos down below. And I don't know, we instantly connected as friends. I really appreciate our friendship so much.
Yeah, we connected. We talked about like fashion and I was just so fascinated. I'm like, oh my gosh, she's doing fashion. And then we talked about YouTube and like we just talked about things that we were similar of. And then later on we kind of like nitpick. I'm like, oh my gosh, we're so different. We're so opposite.
We're such opposites, but then like with the vlogging game we connected so much because she's my vlogging buddy.
The thing is, I talked to one of the YouTubers in my school as well, and I told him like I really want to do film things for the school, but it's like I don't have anyone, and when I'm filming it's like I look so tired and I'm like I'm not to the fullest energy. And when I look at my videos to like, you know, to learn from my other videos on how did I get that energy, and it's like Klaus' video and my video is always like the fullest energy.
I know, we're hyped. Like we didn't even have a coffee. We're like just hyped up all the time, and I'm like, how did we do that?
We're like smiling all the time and we're so talkative. It's like we have a lot of things to say in one video. It's nice. It's like, you know, you bring the best out of me, and I'm sure like I give you so much energy to bring something on your table.
Like it's the same energy, like back and forth. It's like hard to explain, but yeah.
It's amazing how our friendship was silently gotten deeper in a sense that we are away, but like we're supporting each other in many different ways. It's just like friendship with like care and love, and just seeing you grow. I want to help you with a lot of things. And the thing is, a little background of me is that I'm an accountant. I'm an accounting student. I'm not a fashion student. I'm not a fashion designer. But I do aspire to be working in the fashion industry, you know, handling the money side.
I totally see you there.
It's something that I'm really passionate about. Like, I'm handling my money, and I haven't spent for clothes for almost a year now. It's a goal of me for this year because I have so much clothes and I want to help with sustainability and like, you know, with fashion right now, it's going
and also like
to
in the world
right now it's like so bad, and if we don't do something then everything's gonna like go away.
It's something that I see myself helping and like giving value to the fashion side of the business. I want to ask, because I'm very curious. I know that you guys who are watching this video have watched Klaus' videos as well, have seen her grow and everything, and I'm really like curious, like what's the vision of it all? Cloud by Clau, not just like you explained already, like how the clouds is a comforting factor with for you, but like how do you see like from the past, the present, and the future, the vision of everything with Cloud by Clau and how you see yourself?
Okay, so it all started when I was in high school. In the beginning I suffered so much anxiety and bullying, and it's like a pretty big story for me. Like it's really deep, but yeah, I guess we're here for something. So I suffered a lot. Like people used to steal my food and throw my homework in the toilet and just steal my things and make me feel miserable. I just didn't say anything to anyone, even my mom or my teacher. They didn't know. At that time I was sitting next to the window and all I could see was the sky. So I spent hours and hours in my class like just looking at the clouds, and they gave me like such a peaceful moment because they were were outside and I was inside, and all I wanted to be is outside. So I don't really know. It's such a weird thing to say, but they are such a big part of me.
I can relate to, like, I was also being bullied. It's a painful memory, but it gave us so much strength to overcome a lot of things in life. Like, I'm friends with my bullies.
Me too.
Yeah, so like I'm friends with them, like I'm civil with them, like we have a friendship, but instead of, you know, having that grudge and that negative feeling, I'm like saying thank you to them. Thank you for those memories, for those moments in life, because you somewhat made me who I am today. And you were also the tool. From your perspective, it's like, you know, the people who bullied you are the tool to make you realize the importance of clouds and how the clouds helped you become who you are. And now you are succeeding to the fullest extent that you can be at this moment through the clouds, like by the clouds, like Cloud by Clau. That's a story that made this brand of yours.
If it was not for that, like, it could have not been possible.
Now, when did it start? Did it start last year, or was it from the very beginning?
This is something like nobody knows. So it started in high school as well. While I was being bullied and everything was happening, I was sitting next to my only friend, and she wanted to be a fashion designer. So she spent all of the class hours drawing and making like fashion sketches and whatever, and I was like so interested by that, but I didn't know that I wanted to be a fashion designer. I wanted to be I wanted to take care of dolphins. So
I bet a marine biologist or something.
Yeah, something like that. And I was like so interested about like what she was drawing and everything, so I started doing it too. I kept on drawing. I don't know, that was the beginning of Cloud by Clau, and I remember drawing like clouds and everything on my designs. So
oh wow. And that's a great story, because again, everything happened in high school, and good thing that from high school your vision, you haven't changed, but you've improved for the better. You know, you made it happen. Cloud in high school was just dreaming. Cloud now, it's like I'm making my dream come true. Like a Disney movie. Take me back to like the process of being a fashion designer, and like what made you really push. Like, how was choosing the college for fashion designer, and like why did you decide to study abroad in London for the fashion designer life?
My friend of high school, I talk to her like all the time. We still talk today, which is so beautiful. She just said like, if you want to do something, just do it. Like, nobody's gonna say anything. And I was so scared of moving to a new city and starting like university and stuff, because I was being bullied at the time, and I was so scared of people. Like, you have to change your mentality like completely, because if not, like, you're not gonna do it. There's gonna be a huge wall.
She just like encouraged me so much, and I once like said to my mom like, hey, I changed my mind, I don't want to take care of dolphins, I want to study fashion. And she was like, what, you've never said that? And I was like, yeah, I would love to. And then I showed her my designs, and she was impressed, and she's still keeping them. She was like, okay, let's do it. If that's what you really want to do, then let's do it. And I'm so thankful for her, because she was such a huge support and still is. And yeah, she just made me do it.
And that support system is very important as we grow. Life is just so overwhelming in general, and we get lost, and our parents will always be the first one who's going to like push us to do the things that we don't want to do or we're scared to do. But then sometimes when we want to do things, they're like, no, you shouldn't do it. Because again, they're trying to just protect us, since they already learned their lesson and they already experienced those things. With that, I've been to Barcelona. I visited your city, of course.
I know, and we haven't seen each other.
Yeah, so my question is, you know, I've seen colleges and universities around Barcelona, but why that certain university that you chose?
Okay, because it was the only university that did fashion, but there was this one and another one. So the other one was like super expensive, and this one was a little less expensive, but this one was the only one who offered like London courses abroad. And my dream was to go to London to study fashion. Like, it's all a full circle moment, but that's why I took it.
I have the same consideration too when I chose my university.
And also that's why I met you.
And the thing is, that's part of like our dream, and like your friend said, just do whatever you want to do, and you know, you make decisions for your life, because at the end of the day, you're the only one who knows what's the best for you. And even if you make mistakes, it's still the best for you because you learn something from it. So from our London life, you get to work hard, made designs, learn from classes, and then you had your braces off, and then next thing you know, you're about to go to London and make your dream come true. So how was your London fashion experience?
When I got to London, I got to see like everyone was dressing different and nothing made sense because everyone's fashion in London, as you might know, like it's different. Like they go by their own vibes. Nothing makes sense. Like we were talking earlier about Paris. Paris makes sense, but London just doesn't. It's like so weird. I don't know. And I was like shocked. I was like, how? What? You know? And I'm like, okay, that's good because I don't know, their mind is so open to everything, so I'm just gonna fit and nobody's gonna say anything. So that was good, and then that helped me so much with my anxiety and everything. And school was brilliant. Like they were amazing. Like the level there, it's higher than here. I learned so much there in 1 year that I've never learned here in 3 years that I've been here. Yeah, it's crazy.
You mentioned how different it is in London. It is so different. Even if I compare it to like New York, London have so much diversity. Because the thing is, here in America, when you're different or when you're doing something unusual, and this is one thing I learned while studying abroad too in London, is that people judge you and they say things, or like they will point it out, like,
Yeah.
what are you doing? Like, you're so weird. But in London, you're doing weird stuff, but then they will not verbally say it, but they're just going to look at you in a judging way. That's so much better because you get to internalize yourself. Like, what am I doing wrong? Why is she looking like me like that? And like, it's internally, it's not something embarrassing. It's embarrassing for you inside, but like, it's not outside. You're losing your confidence, but you're actually gaining more confidence to, you know, to do something weird or to not do something weird.
Yeah, like for example, there we were like just vlogging in public. I'd never do that here. Now I will because I've been there, but like there was normal. Like I felt normal.
Yes, and here too, I felt so weird vlogging with my phone back then. It's like, oh, what am I doing? Why are they staring at me? And yes, like the diversity and inclusion in London was the best experience ever. It's like the best lesson we could ever learn. Like it brought us so much confidence, so much learning experience that we couldn't imagine that we're going to learn. Like, you know, going into London, you have so many expectations. Bet you have, because I have so many expectations just from preparing. Oh, I expect this to happen, I expect that to happen. But then you got there. How was your expectations like? Because mine, I just threw mine at the window. I'm like, I forgot about my expectations.
I think me too. Once I landed, I mean, I've been in London before, but like never from the perspective of a fashion design student. So it was like definitely like hard for me. And then I got there and everything was different. That like it just broke everything that I had in my mind before. Like I've been there as a tourist before, and you know, it's like not the same because you don't really look at the fashion. Like you just look at the Wax Museum or the London Eye or whatever. Like I arrived there and I saw everyone. I went to Piccadilly Circus and I was like, what is this? And I don't know, I just like, it was crazy and my mind just blew off and I don't know, nothing made sense, but it was cool. Like it was a learning experience. Yeah.
Now that you've said that, I thought of one word to like summarize your expectations. You found your purpose. Like you went there for a purpose. Being there in London and experiencing what you have experienced, it's like strengthen your purpose as a fashion designer. It's like, I want to be like this, I want to do this, and then London happened in your life and London just said, then go for it. That's what you're here for, then go for it. Like, just do it. I bet London experience was something that was life-changing for you and me. And the thing is, a little backstory in mine too is that I went there just for the heck of like studying abroad, and I'm Asian American. So my dad is European, like he's Italian. I'm like partly Spanish too, but like I don't really understand the European side of the world. Going into Europe, I had so much expectations, but at the same time it's like I want to indulge myself and really learn about the culture. So that's my purpose. You know, while preparing for my London experience, fashion was the #1 priority. while packing, it was like fashion, fashion, fashion. I met you, and it's like, oh my gosh, it's like my dream to do fashion has just like strengthened by meeting you and like our friends who are also fashion designers from around the world, from Paris to like Finland and whoever. It's like, you've done it, why can't I do it? You're there just doing, you know, giving value to the fashion industry. You're making something that people will love. Like, you're making something that people can wear, because not a lot of people can, you know, have clothes to wear. You're giving something to the industry and to the world that, you know, if you can wear this. And this is the story behind this collection. This is the story behind this clothing. Like, don't feel afraid, don't feel scared, don't feel anxious. My clothes can make you feel better. It's just super amazing. So now you are doing your series. And like we talked a lot earlier, is that while editing the video, you are seeing yourself from 1 year ago, from the start of the process. Now you're editing the video and you're thinking, it doesn't make sense, Clau. The editing part is something amazing as a YouTuber, or as, you know, people that we do the things that we do. How much do you think have you grown? Like, rate it. Like, 100% is the perfect score.
I don't know. I feel like I will never grow enough, like 100%. I'll never be there, because I want to keep on learning and to keep on growing with everything that I do. So possibly, I'd say, I know it sounds crazy, but 20%, 30%? I don't know. I'm still editing, as you said. I'm still like editing myself. I'm still learning about me and about past Clau. I'm learning from myself in the past, which is crazy.
It is crazy. It's like, how is this possible? And like, people even don't look back in the past. They don't really have the sense of, like, you know, realizing, meditating, and like, who was I, like who I am now, the skills that we have, the YouTube life that we have. We get to do it. We get to see our past and, you know, see happy moments, feel, actually, it's not just seeing, but feeling the moments we felt before. What are you doing now? This is such an important phase of your life. You just graduated, and now you're, you know, you're doing collections, you're finalizing everything, you're doing the series, you're doing a lot of things at the same time.
So I'm doing like a lot of things, and one of the things that I'm doing is, for example, the marketing campaign. I'm just planning on the Instagram of the brand, that what's going to look like when I launch the collection. It's just crazy because it's only like one person's team, so it's only me behind that.
So these are the things that you're doing that matters, that is related to your brand and to your growth and to your company, even though it's only
registered, so I made it legal and I made it like mine.
So you have like all the legalities, the copyrights, or, you know, the patent. That's awesome. That's awesome. Oh my gosh. Wow, you've done so many things.
I created a brand, which was like, I never thought about that.
I'm telling you, I'm doing business law right now and I still don't get it.
We didn't put the series on YouTube before because I was like working through the paperwork and everything, because I wanted to be like 100% mine before putting out there something to the world.
How did you feel overall?
So when I started these, I felt like a little girl, because in my eyes, I'm still a child. Like, okay, I'm 22, but it's crazy to be having my own brand and everything.
I mean, a lot of our age now are CEOs. It's overwhelming. You're not only taking care of yourself, of your family, but you're also taking care of like a business. With that, like you said, you're the only person who's working, but you do have friends who are supporting you, who's there to become your model, to there for your shoots, for, you know, advices. You're not the only one, but it's you who owns Clau. What's your next step in the future, let's say for the next 5 years?
I'm working on my second collection, which is very cool, and I'm already loving it so much.
How are you dealing with stress?
That's a really good question. I wake up and I think about the to-do list that I have for the day, because I'm my own boss. I can't sleep on my own brand, because if not, nobody's gonna save it. You know, I have to do it. And yeah, I write a huge to-do list in the morning, and then I just start working, and all the days are work days for me, which is stressful, but now in the beginning is what I need to do if I want to get some rest days in a year or in a 2 years time.
It's a lot of work. You know, you just graduated and you're doing all this, because the thing is, we're broke college students. How is the money aspect of it? Is it like expensive starting this? Like, How much was the investment?
So my dad and my mom invested so much money in me, and I worked a lot in a shoe store to get the money for the collection, which was a lot.
You talk about your future. What do you want for the future?
At first, like when all the pandemic didn't even happen, I wanted to open my own store and be there in the store myself. But then I was like, no, I don't know why, but I just changed my mind and I wanted to open a store, yeah, but like make it an experience for the customer. Have all my collections there, all my clothing, all my samples, everything, the patterns, the mock-ups, everything, so the client could touch, could feel, could like follow a history and then just try the clothing. And I wanted to do a photo booth.
You're focusing on really like the experience that they're going to have. It's like sharing a part of yourself, and that's a fashion designer thing. That's by heart. Oh my gosh. And that's exciting. How are you coping with the pandemic?
I had to finish the final project of university here in my office, like in my desk. And my teacher that was guiding me through the whole process has not seen the whole collection done. He has seen the video, but nothing else, because I had to do it all by myself here with nobody helping me. And it was really hard. I had a lot of mental breakdowns. It's all recorded, so you'll see in the series. But it was so stressful. And now, like watching back, it's like I don't really know how I did it. I was focusing in that I don't really know how I got there. And you know, when you like something, you're like work, 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 work. And I wasn't thinking about anything else.
Oh my gosh, that's so much strength that you have to pull off from yourself. Mental breakdowns are, for us, it's kind of like normal.
But it shouldn't be.
Yeah, it's like normal. Okay, I'm going to have this mental breakdown, and then I'm just going to get up next day or like in a minute, and then I'll be fine.
Yeah.
And then we keep going. And it's like, yes, it shouldn't be, but it's something that we kind of need to like help us move. But sometimes too, it's like, oh, it's so tiring already. It's like draining. Like, why do you have to have it? How was your health? Rate it to like 1 to 10, 10 being like a very good health.
I would say I was a 6 because I was not working out. I was not eating well. I was not sleeping my hours because I was working.
A lot of sacrifices. It's not just your sacrifices as well, but the people around you who are supporting you as well. Do you think that it's worth it?
I had no other way. So it's like I had no choice. I had to do it because if not, I couldn't graduate. If you don't make the collection on time, you can throw it away. Like if you want to do it again next year, you have to start from zero. You have to think of another story, of another concept. So if I wanted to do it, I had to do it.
The pressure is real. Was there one important factor deep down that, you know, you look back and like, oh my gosh, this really helped me big time?
My family was like, especially my mom and dad, because they were far away.
It's a lot to take in. We're going to play a 6-word story. You can only do 6 words to tell a story. So how was everything from high school up until today? 6 words to describe everything.
Bullying, clouds, student, London, pandemic, and collection.
That's a good way to sum it up. I have 6 words for you though. Clouds, fashion, designing, passion, life, and then collection. It came from the clouds. You became a fashion designer. Because of your passion, you found love and you found your life, and you're now doing your collection. You know, it's not going to stop there. Your growth and your life is not going to stop there. It's just your first collection. It's just one of the most important collections, but there will still be more.
I hope so.
I hope so. What do you mean I hope so? We're all looking forward to it. You are just an amazing person. I can feel how you're feeling. Maybe not 100% like relatable because again, it's your life, but I have my own life. But like I can see from your eyes, from how much passion you have just talking about what you're doing and the struggles that you've had. And it's like people think that it's easy, but it's not easy. And that's the point of this video, is that they have to know this part of you. You can only see so much with like, you know, YouTube. There's a time limit that we kind of need to do, but It's like you can only edit so much. You cannot really like, you want to be in depth with the viewers. You want to be in depth with the story that you're trying to say, or you want to say a lot of things, but like you don't know how to say it. And you know, you've had conversations. Our conversation for sure is somewhat similar to your conversations with your other friends and your family. How has this conversation been? Because
Okay, I wanted to say it because I was like, this has been like therapy, like totally like therapy. And I think for both ways, I think for your side too.
yes,
I
yes.
could feel it. I don't know. And yeah, I don't know. I feel like this conversation has helped me so much to open my mind as well, to open my heart a little bit more because I was like, this is so personal that I didn't want it to show it with anybody else. And I'm a designer. I do have to show it somehow. I missed you so much, and you're such an amazing friend. And I know, like, through the distance, we're still there for each other, and it's so beautiful. And somehow you made it into my story as well. It's your collection as well.
This kind of friendship is something that is one of those undescribable friendships. It's weird. It's a weird friendship, but in a good way. It's so positive. I've never had this type of friendship before. You're someone special. It's like no
Me
other.
too.
I don't have any other friends who have, you know, who's like Cloud. Like you're. Or
Oh.
I don't have any other friends who I can talk fashion with other than you. Thank you for answering all my questions. I'm ready to support you.
It's been such an amazing roller coaster. And now we're like super close, and it's really like it makes me so happy helping friends. And I know you're the same thing that way.
I'm so happy we get to talk finally after months of
Me too.
me wanting to help. And I'm so proud of you and I'm happy for you. And oh my gosh, this is making me emotional. It's
Me too.
like so much emotions that you have to like share virtually. Can you feel it? Because I can feel it.
I do. I can feel it. Like I'm about to cry, and I don't want to.
Me too. Oh my gosh. But yeah. Also, last thing I want to like really tell you this is that you have been my inspiration for real. Like you have been posting all these YouTube videos, and I'm like here doing like you know, I see your videos. Oh my gosh, Cloud just posted something. So then I would go take 15 minutes or like 30 minutes editing. And then I'm like, oh, I have to do another stuff. But it's like, you know, it's like you're giving me strength from far away to do the thing that I want to do. You're special, girl. You're
You too. You are too. So that was it for today's video, guys. Thank you so much, Quinn, for doing this with me. I don't know, I feel really appreciative for everything.
And thank you too for having me and for being my friend from Barcelona who's a fashion designer that I always brag about, that I always tell, you know, my friends here, oh my gosh, my fashion designer friend from Barcelona is doing this and she's so amazing. And I couldn't be more proud and happy to have you. And thank you so much for this conversation. It is a much needed conversation for the both of us who've been so far away for a year and a half or more.
I
So
know. So guys, you can follow her and me, and in the all of our social media is gonna appear here on the screen and down below and everything. So it's weird to record a video with her like long distance, but I promise soon or not soon, whenever we'll record again together. Like so sure about that.
yes, yes.
And yeah, I don't know. Thank you so much for
Thanks
watching.
for watching.
Have a
Love
beautiful day.
you.
Bye.
1, 2, 3.